The Thoreauvian Blueprint for a Fulfilled Life. What does true wealth look like? Imagine for a moment a life where every possession and every choice is a reflection of your deepest values and aspirations. I am Henry David Thoreau, and though my time was the mid-19th century, the lessons I learned and the life I led at Walden Pond resonate through the ages. It is there, in the embrace of nature, that I discovered the profound richness of living simply. You might wonder, what does simplicity really mean? It is not the mere act of owning less, but the deeper understanding of needing less. It is the recognition that the clamor of endless acquisition muffles the voice of our true self. Simplicity, then, is the art of peeling away the superfluous, of finding abundance in the essentials. Let me guide you through this concept with a story from my own life. When I built my small cabin in the woods, I sought to strip away the distractions of society to uncover life's raw truths. My abode was modest, but in its modesty lay its grandeur. Each board and nail was a conscious choice, each piece of furniture a deliberate acquisition. This was not a renunciation of comfort, but an embrace of purpose. Consider this in your own life. What surrounds you that serves no purpose? What might you let go of to make room for a more authentic existence? In this pursuit of simplicity, I found an unexpected ally: nature. Nature operates on the economy of necessity. Every petal and pine cone, every drop of dew is by design, serving a purpose in the greater tapestry of the ecosystem. Observe a tree. It does not strive, it simply is. And in its being, it contributes to the world. Could it be that our lives are overwrought with striving, with needless complexity? Now let me weave for you a foundational understanding of simplicity. It begins with introspection. In the quietude of Walden, I had the space to listen to my own thoughts, to understand my desires and what was truly essential. Have you given yourself this space? Have you silenced the noise of the world long enough to hear your own heart? You see, simplicity is not just about physical belongings, but mental clutter as well. Our minds are often brimming with worries, plans, and the echoes of social expectation. To simplify is to clear the mental underbrush, to allow the true landscape of our thoughts to emerge. I once wrote, "Our life is frittered away by detail. Simplify, simplify." Do you feel your life being frittered away? What details are you holding on to that, in truth, hold on to you? Now, consider the power of a single focus. In my days by the pond, my purpose was clear: to live deeply and suck out all the marrow of life. When your purpose is clear, your needs become apparent and excess falls away. Ask yourself, what is your purpose? Does every action and every possession align with this purpose, or do they distract from it? In the simplicity of life at Walden, I found a deeper connection with the rhythms of the day, the seasons, and my own creative pulse. This connection is available to you as well. It begins with the courage to let go, to release the trappings that bind you to a life of mere existence rather than one of profound being. As we conclude this first lesson, I invite you to look at your life through a new lens, a Thoreauvian lens that seeks the essence, that cherishes the pure and the purposeful. In our next discourse, we will delve further into how simplicity fosters a life of rich experiences and profound joy. Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound lessons from the legend. Cultivating Depth in a Shallow World: Thoreau's Call for Meaningful Engagement. Is it possible that in our pursuit of life we've merely skimmed the surface? As Henry David Thoreau, I often pondered upon the depth of our engagement with the world. In the stillness of Walden, I found that to engage deeply with life one must first simplify it. Let us explore this further. Picture a day spent entirely in nature, free from the bindings of technology and the relentless tick of the clock. In this space, there is a richness that fills the air, a quiet so profound that it speaks volumes. It was in such silence that I discovered the symphony of nature, a melody that played not just around me but through me. Have you experienced this symphony? Or have the blaring horns of constant busyness deafened you to life's most beautiful compositions? To engage meaningfully with life, we must be present, and presence is born of simplicity. It is in stripping away the extraneous that we find the capacity to truly immerse ourselves in the task at hand, whether it be labor, study, or the simple act of being. In my own life, I sought to reduce distractions, to ensure that my daily actions were not mere motions but intentional strides towards a larger goal. Think of it this way. When your space is cluttered, your mind reflects that clutter. But in a clean, open space, your mind can wander, ponder, and rest. So too is it with life. When you remove the clutter of possessions, commitments, and the incessant need for more, you open up a mental space where creativity and peace can flourish. You may ask, how does one begin to declutter a life? It starts with the recognition that not all pursuits are worthy of your time. I once said, the price of anything is the amount of life you exchange for it. Consider then what you are exchanging your life for. Are these exchanges enriching you or leaving you bankrupt? Now let us journey deeper into the heart of simplicity. By embracing fewer, more meaningful tasks each day, I ensured that my work was not just productive, but meditative and fulfilling. Each stroke of my pen, each swing of my axe, was a form of communion with the task at hand. Can you say the same of your own work? Do you pour your essence into your endeavors, or are they simply means to an end? In this modern age, the call for your attention is relentless. Advertisements, notifications, the endless stream of information, all vying for a piece of your consciousness. To live simply is to reclaim your attention and place it where you see fit. It is a radical act of self-ownership. Have you considered what you might achieve if your attention were truly your own? Simplicity, then, is not about deprivation, but about creating space for deep, meaningful engagement with life. It is about choosing to participate in activities that resonate with your soul rather than those that drain it. As you simplify, you will find that your capacity for joy, wonder, and creativity expands. As we wrap up this segment, I leave you with a thought. In what ways can you simplify your life to allow for deeper engagement? What can you shed that will enable you to plunge into the depths of your passions, your relationships, and your work? In the next segment, we will explore the liberation found in self-sufficiency and the joy of discovery that simplicity brings. For it is not until we can rely on ourselves that we truly understand the freedom that comes with a simple life. Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound lessons from the legend. Embracing Self-Sufficiency, Thoreau's Path to Independence and Discovery. What does it mean to stand on one's own ground, to rely upon oneself? As I, Henry David Thoreau, ventured into the woods, I sought not only to live simply, but to live self-sufficiently. Self-sufficiency is not merely a practical endeavor. It is a spiritual journey to the core of independence. In the solitude of Walden Pond, I grew my own food, built my own shelter, and found sustenance not just for my body, but for my soul. In doing so, I tapped into a wellspring of discovery. When you cultivate your own garden, both literal and metaphorical, you learn the subtle rhythms of nature and the resilience of your spirit. Have you ever planted a seed and watched it grow? The act is not just agricultural, it is an act of faith in the future. Self-sufficiency is about more than survival. It is about recognizing that the tools for a fulfilled life lie within us. When we strip away our reliance on externalities, we reveal our innate capabilities. My life at Walden was a testament to this. By reducing my needs, I elevated my spirit. I discovered that the less I depended on society, the more I could contribute to it in a meaningful way. Consider the things you depend on daily. Which of these could you provide for yourself? What skills could you cultivate that would enrich your life and reduce your dependence on the structures of society? Self-sufficiency is not about isolating oneself, but about strengthening one's position within the community. The more you can do for yourself, the more valuable you become to those around you. In your quest for self-sufficiency, you will encounter challenges. Yet, it is through these challenges that discovery is made. Each problem solved, each obstacle overcome, is a step toward a deeper understanding of the self and the world. I found joy in the simple acts of mending clothes, gathering firewood, and observing the changing seasons. What simple acts could bring you joy? What could you learn in the process of doing for yourself? Self-sufficiency also means intellectual and emotional independence. It is the ability to think for oneself, to not be swayed by the tumultuous sea of public opinion. In the quiet of the woods, my thoughts were my own. I was free to explore, to question, and to conclude without the intrusion of societal norms. This intellectual freedom is available to you as well. It begins with the courage to question, to seek your own answers, and to trust in your own reasoning. As we near the end of this segment, I invite you to ponder the freedom that self-sufficiency can bring. Imagine a life where your contentment does not hinge on the latest trends or the accumulation of wealth, but on the richness of your own experiences and the strength of your own abilities. In the next and final segment, we will reflect on the insights gained through a simple life and how these insights can lead to a profound sense of fulfillment and peace. For it is in the culmination of these lessons that one can truly understand the essence of simplicity in life. The essence of simplicity, Thoreau's vision of fulfillment and peace. As we reach the culmination of our journey with Henry David Thoreau, let us reflect on the essence of simplicity and the profound tranquility that it can usher into our lives. Simplicity is not merely an external arrangement of one's life, but an internal state of peace that echoes through every aspect of our being. In the quietude of Walden, I discovered that the simplest life is afforded the richest meaning. When we remove the superfluous distractions that cloud our days, we open ourselves to the profound beauty of the present moment. Have you ever noticed the intricate design of a leaf, the play of light upon water, or the boundless expanse of a clear sky? Such simple pleasures are the rewards of a life lived intentionally. It is in the pursuit of simplicity that one finds true fulfillment, not in the endless chase after material wealth or social status. Fulfillment is a well that springs from within, nourished by a life of purpose, connection, and contemplation. When we simplify, we create room for these to grow, and in doing so, we cultivate inner peace. Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound lessons from the legend. This peace is not a passive state, but an active harmony with the world. It is an acceptance of life's ebb and flow, a trust in the journey, and a release of the futile struggle for control. In my time at Walden, I learned to flow with the rhythms of nature, and in this dance I found an enduring calm. Can you find rhythm in your life? Can you dance to the beat of simplicity? The wisdom of simplicity teaches us that true happiness is not found in possessions or achievements, but in our relationship with the world and ourselves. It is the joy of an unencumbered life, where each day is not a race against time, but a unique opportunity to experience and to contribute. As we conclude, consider how the threads of simplicity, depth, self-sufficiency, and peace weave together to form a tapestry of a life well lived. Thoreau's time at Walden was not just an experiment in living, it was a profound statement about the nature of happiness and the human condition. In your own life, you have the power to embrace these lessons. Start small, declutter a space, cultivate a skill, or spend a moment in nature. With each step, you move closer to the core of simplicity, and thus closer to the essence of a fulfilling life. As Thoreau himself said, "I went to the woods because I wished to live deliberately, to front only the essential facts of life and see if I could not learn what it had to teach, and not when I came to die, discover that I had not lived." So now I pose to you the final question. Are you living deliberately? Will you heed the call of simplicity and find the peace that lies in the beauty of the essential? A personal epilogue, my reflection on Thoreau's teachings. As I step back from the edge of Walden Pond, the mirror of nature in which I sought my own reflection, I carry with me the lessons that have seeped into my soul. Henry David Thoreau's wisdom, a lantern in the woods of my own search for meaning, casts light on a path less trodden, a path of deliberate simplicity. I have learned that to live deliberately is to choose the direction of my life with intention, to navigate through the currents of existence not as a leaf carried by the stream, but as a mindful traveler, setting course with purpose and insight. Each day, as I wake to the chorus of the dawn, I am reminded that the day is a canvas and the brush is in my hand. What picture will I paint today? Will it be cluttered with the excesses of modernity, or will I choose a scene of serene simplicity? The cultivation of self-sufficiency has become more than an ideal. It has become a practice. With each task I undertake, each skill I learn, I am not just carving out a more independent existence. I am carving out a stronger sense of self. The garden I tend is not just a plot of earth. It is a testament to the capacity within me to nurture and grow, to sustain and to thrive. And simplicity, oh simplicity, you have become my most cherished companion. In the quiet moments, in the uncluttered spaces of my life, I have found a peace that I once sought in the cacophony of possession and achievement. Simplicity has taught me that the richness of life is not in the having, but in the being, not in the gathering, but in the appreciating. As I look to the horizon where the sun sets on my days at Walden, I understand that the journey doesn't end here. The pond is everywhere I go, for it is within me. The stillness I found on its shores, the clarity I saw in its waters, these are gifts that I carry forward into the world. I step into the flow of life once more, not to be swept away by its currents, but to swim with a newfound strength. The lessons of Walden are my strokes in these waters, and I am confident that they will carry me to shores I have yet to imagine. My sojourn in the woods is complete, but the journey of living deliberately has just begun. With Thoreau's lantern in hand, I venture forth, eager to discover the untold riches that simplicity holds. Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound lessons from the legend.